Hello everybody, it is my absolute feckin' pleasure to introduce to you all Rainworld Downpour. Now, I'm sure you're aware of this because you clicked on the video, but this is going to be a breakdown of the upcoming DLC for Rainworld. Now, this is really intended for peeps that know Rainworld well, or need a little bit more of an explanation about how this DLC is going to change and affect things. This isn't going to be a discussion about story and new story elements, so don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything narratively, so you're all clear there. But I will be talking about new features, new functionalities, and new fun stuff that the DLC has put in. So, yeah, if you want to follow me on my adventures through the story, I am going to be streaming this once a week. I mean, heck, by the time you see this, I'll probably be live and streaming it. So head on over to Twitch, come say hi. You know I love talking about Rainworld. You know, I didn't get that tattoo for nothing. But let's get right into it. So the first thing you're going to see, your layout will be a little different than mine. And please bear in mind this is from an early access branch. This is not the full release version, so some of this is subject to change. But the thing you're going to need to see off the bat is this remix. This is one part mod manager, one part taste to change. So this is where the new content is going to be found. And for those of you that are in the Rainworld modding community, this is where the dev tools will be made available, which I believe does include developer commentary, but we'll get to that later. So the things that you're absolutely going to want to turn on is Rainworld Remix. This is your flavor to taste. This will allow you to this will allow you to tweak elements of Rainworld itself. So if you've been really struggling with the game, or if it's been really scary and off-putting, and the settings and the survivable brutality of it has been a little bit spooky scary, this is where you'll be able to make tweaks and changes to the overall aspects of the game, make it easier, make it harder, put on your speedrun timer, have a bloody good time with it. They've even kept in legacy exploits and tongue controls. So for those of you who have specific speedrunning strats or the ilk, or just like how it would be, you got this. There's also additional assists, so quality of life, minor assists, and then major assists. So if you are really, really struggling with Rainworld but really want to experience this wonderful game, this is where you'll be able to make your tweaks and changes. But the ones that you're really here for are the more Slugcats! Yeah! 5 Slugcats, 5 new campaigns, and a buttload new story. Yeah, we'll get into that in a bit of a second. The Jolly Co-op mod, this will enable split-screen co-op, I should say same rig co-op, for you and up to 3 friends. I tested this out earlier today with a friend using the Steam Remote Play feature, and it worked okay. Rainworld's precision and fluid controls don't necessarily play nice if you've got shy internet, so only really consider doing Steam Remote Play if you've got decent internet. Otherwise, this is designed for you and friends to sit around the couch or your PC or wherever your gaming space may be and just turn Rainworld into this fun, lovely group experience. We've tried. We had a lot of fun with it earlier where we managed to bait and switch some lizards, where we managed to feck with the ecology something fierce, and where my friend wore me as a dead backpack as we careened around the early area of the Survivors campaign. It was feckin' brilliant. An Expedition, again, we're going to be getting into this later on, because Expedition is for those of you that are really into Rainworld. There is more content than I'll be able to cover in this video, but just know that Expedition is going to be, for those of you that really loved it, for those of you that really got into, the deep detail of Rainworld as a game, you're going to have such a good time with this. But as I said, we'll get into that in a second. So let's go have a look at the campaign. So, first thing you need to know is that if you want to play as any of the new Slugcats, you will need to have finished the game as either the Survivor or the Monk. Obviously, for those of you that haven't played this, I'm going to recommend the Survivor because it's such a wonderful experience, and for all its brutality, the Survivor is a beautiful story. And the Monk's lovely too, but I always recommend the Monk is something you play after the Hunter. Like, call me a heathen if you will. Go on ahead, call me a heathen. I care not for your judgment. Now, the thing to bear in mind is that I don't know the narrative structure. And again, I promise no spoilers. But I will say that the way that the new Slugcats fit into kind of like the hatchet order of campaigns is that as the hunter comes after the survivor or the monk, so too does the gourmand and then the artificer. Or artificer. I haven't decided which pronunciation I like better or which one annoys people. If you haven't seen the previews on these two, so the gourmand is a cutie patootie roly poly big slug cat that eats all the good stuff. They're so cute. They're so cute. The artificer is a explodey lunatic of the highest order. You can craft explosives. It's the hunter on steroids. I should say it's the hunter on exploding nitroglycerin would be a better comparison. Now, after you've done the gourmand or the artificer, you'll then gain access to the rivulant, or rivulant? Again, someone can correct me on my pronunciations, but this adorable big-eyed cutie is an underwater breathing slugcat. I am both so looking forward to this and so terrified. Because for those of you who did play through the main campaign and encountered the fucking Leviathan, well, surprise, Mother Hubbards! I'm sure the Rivolant's going to encounter him. But then you also get the Spearmaster, who can best be described as body horror vampire cutie. Like, this is some dark stuff when you start to think about it, but you know what? I don't know their narrative reasons, I don't know their motivations or where they fit into the story. So they are going to be assumed adorable until proven otherwise. And last but by no means least, you have the Saint. Now, you will have to have completed the Rivulant and the Spearmaster to gain access to the Saint. Again, I don't know story-wise, but much like how the Monk was the best way to kind of cap off the Survivor and the Hunter's journey, something tells me that the Saint is the campaign that you should play last. I don't know, but that is my recommendation. So, next up, Jolly Cooperation! Another feature of Downpour that I got to experiment with today. Now, this one does take a little bit of tweaking to play. It's absolutely worth it. We had a ton of fun with it. But just so you're aware, let me show you what's going on. So, you'll be able to set... Let me get my mouse out for this. You'll be able to set how many... Oh, wait. You'll be able to set how many players are involved, who has what character, and you will be allowed to either go for the default colours, auto colours, or everyone can choose their own custom colour. Additional settings for this one include difficulty, the state of lizards being friendly to each other, HUD, whether or not you have friendly fire on spears, whether or not you can steal from one another, etc. So, there's a lot of flavour to taste about this one. So, kind of treat the co-op like an afternoon board game. Like, sit down with some peeps that are ready to either like really get into Rain World or just be silly with it. Tweak the settings and go from there. Yes, you will need to state which player is using what controller before you kick off, otherwise player 1 will be playing as every character ever for all time. It's not particularly difficult, but I just wanted to make sure that everyone is aware ahead of time. Okay, I'm going to touch on expeditions a little bit now, but honestly, friends, there's so much to it that it deserves like an hour-long video essay. The expedition section really does feel like it's the detailed challenges and the unfurling of the wonderful minutiae of Rain World as a setup. Again, I've not unlocked much in this, I've played very little of it, but I wanted to give you just a quick overview of the additional challenges available, the locations you go, how you progress in levels, and how the quests as they're completed will earn you rewards. There's different challenges per character, so we've got challenges for the gourmand, the monk, the survivor and the hunter, the artificer, spearmaster, and of course the saint. And then down here, We gain perks, music. Ooh, scavenger lantern. I don't even know what that is. Scavenger bomb, vulture mask. Ooh, burden doomed. Now, I assume these are things that you'll be able to use specifically in the expedition mode, but there's so much. Like, friends, if I get the chance, I will do a hecking deep dive into this. But I wanted to show you this because when I encountered this, I kind of went a bit slack-jawed. In the best way. So, we're not kicking this up right now. Now, the other thing I did want to mention is the collection. Now, I've specifically left this empty. I have seen what is available here. And to those of you that have studiously collected pearls throughout Rainworld, that have gone through tooth and nail to bring 5 Pebs or Moon, you know, the detailed information on those shiny little gems the scavengers crave, these will be recorded here to an extent. I don't want to say any more, but as someone that went to great lengths bringing Moon a shit ton of jellies in my stream of, I'm very happy about that. It does mean that the information's a little bit more recordable and easier to take note of. But also, I don't know, I could see myself going back and trying to get every gem. Even that heartbreaking one from the Hunter. Oh, look at all the Slugcats. God, I fucking still love this intro. So, friends, have you ever looked at this introduction, this beautiful opening to OG Rainworld, and thought, man, I love these Slugcats so much, but look how cute the small ones are. Look at those cutie patootie Slugpups. They're so little and cuddly. You ever looked at those Slugpups and thought, I'd love to play as one of those. That would make me genuinely happy, is to play as one of those little Slugpups. Look at his little face! Look how fucking cute he is! His little Slugpup! He's so fluffy! He's so fluffy! So fluffy! Oh, he's so fluffy! Oh. Friends, I loaded this up. I knew we were gonna see this. And it's still so fucking cute! Oh. Slugpups will be unlocked through play. If you want to know how to unlock the Slugpups, then I'm more than happy to tell you, but I'm not going to put it in this video. Along with things like the developer commentary and the outer expanse gates, there's a lot more to this than I can show you in this video, but I had to show you the Slugpups. If you're on the fence about whether or not you're going to need Downpour, look into these cutie patootie little eyes and ask yourself, do I need this? Look at this little Slugpup! Look at his little face! Oh, that's right, I need to eat first. Look at his little face! Oh. God. I want to see if Pebs says anything different when we show up being heckin' adorable. Yum, 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 yum. Haha! Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. I'm sorry, friends. You've all tuned in to find out more information about Downpour, and here I am just playing around with the Slugpup. Can you blame me? Look how fucking cute he is! Oh, I guess a couple more pieces of information while I'm getting a quick little hibernation run in. When it comes to Jolly Cooperation, it is the campaign of whichever character you choose first. And it's very much based around whoever player one is. So they end up kind of being like the POV character, and the others are there to help out and help progress. Oh, he's going to have a little snooze. Just gonna have a little snooze. God, I love this little guy. So fucking cute! But yes, for Jolly Cooperation, it is going to be based around whoever, like, character 1 is. That's the campaign you'll be playing, and that's the thing you'll be focused around. So it's less Slugcat Streets of Rage, more, I don't know, Slugcat Dragon's Dogma? No, that's a bad example. In my defense, I'm just blinded by the queue. Okay. So friends, I hope that gave you like enough of an overview to get stuck into Rainworld Downpour. It's coming out on the 19th of January, which is in some amount of days. I mean, if you'll know me, you know that I'm in love with this entire series. I just really call it a series, this experience. And I've been a very, very, very big advocate for why it's a game worth your time. Even if you haven't played through it before, maybe because of like difficulty or confusion or what have you, like picking up the title and Downpour at the same time is genuinely worth it. Because if you're struggling, you can make little subtle changes, little subtle tweaks to get it to the point where you can find that perfect biting point of like difficulty and challenge and experience. And if you have played through Rainworld Something Fierce, then, I mean, heck, you're only here to find out the deets and details. You're going to have a feckin' great time with it. A feckin' great time with it. So, yeah. If you'd like to see this being played, again, if you'll forgive me for being a massive shill, come check me out on twitch.television, where I go under the moniker of Viking Blonde still. I know I should change it to my name, but I'm stuck with it now forever. I am going to try and go through all the campaigns, so long as the longship will let me. So come on by, ask questions, natter, banter. I don't have a date, but I have invited the developers of Rainworld to join me once more, as we got to chat with them about the OG game, and it was a lovely day. We also confirmed that Moon is in fact thick. That's right. We were the first people to break that story. So yeah. Alright. Friends, have a lovely rest of your day. I hope I get to see you on streams and whatnot. But yeah, failing that, I'll see you all in Rainworld. Crack those suckers open on Friday. Shackled Draconis sent by one of each of the new Slugcats. I think they're available over on Sanchi, and they are soft and they are adorable. I fucking love them. Look at his little face! Look at his little face. Also, Fiona, look at them! Fucking look at their little faces!
Look at her.
I'm gonna cuddle them, and we're gonna make best friends. We're gonna go on adventures. Look at their little faces!
I'm taking them.
No! You can take them.
No!
I'm taking
Don't you dare!
No! They're so cute. Thank you for bringing the raid over. Take a couple of them.
Oh, that's nice.
No! We'll bite you.
It's okay. I only facilitated their new home.